Hi everyone, my name is Bindu. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about selected value function in Power BI. So what this selected value function is used for is, it selects a value from a list of values. So in Power BI, when you have a slicer, you have multiple values in the slicer, right? So when you select a value of a slicer, you are selecting a value there. So that value is picked up by the selected value function. In the slicer, if you don't select anything, then it gives you an alternate result, and you can select that alternate result. I know this is not clear. Let me show you what I mean. Let's get into my laptop. If you look at my screen here, I have a sample report and have a data set already available in the report. In this dataset, I just have some sales data, sales ID and quantity, and let's add this data to the visual. So I just added this data to a table, okay? And to understand the selected function, let's include a slicer based on the sales ID, okay? So I'm making this a slicer. I have a slicer here and I'm just selecting the numbers. Now let's create a measure which uses the selected value function and see what happens. I'm creating a new measure and the measure's name is measure quantity, and in the measure quantity I'm directly using selected value function, okay? Selected value, and here in this example I just wanted to show you what this selected value function does. It's a simple example, okay? So we created this one, and now in this table let's include that new measure. Okay, so what this new measure that we created is doing here is, whatever value that you pass into selected value function, it results the same value. If you give just one value as a parameter to it, if you give multiple values as a parameter, see, if you give multiple values as a parameter, it results nothing, because here the total, here to get the total, you are giving all these values as parameter to selected value function to get the total. That's how you get the total, right? That's why you are not seeing any values here. Now let's filter one sales ID from the slicer and see what the total shows, okay? So I selected one sales ID and now I get to see the total here. I changed the sales ID to 2. The measure quantity has changed again. So this means for the selected value function, if you pass just one value, in the filter context, if you just pass one value to selected value function, it returns a value. If you have multiple values, if I clear this filter out, you're passing multiple values here for the total. So you don't see any value. That's the basic example of using selected value function. Now let's go to another example. In this example, I'm going to pass an alternate result to the selected value function. That means when I have multiple values selected, I want an alternate result to come up. Okay, so here in this example, for the total, because I'm passing multiple values, I want an alternate result here. Okay, so I'm going to change the existing measure definition. So to the selected value function, the first parameter here, as the first parameter, I'm passing the column that will be used, and in the second parameter here I'm using the alternate result, okay? And alternate result, I want it as need to use single value, need to select single value to see the total. This is the alternate result I want to see when multiple values in a slicer are selected. Now let's see what happens. See, now because we changed the definition of the measure, it shows us this description, need to select single value to see the total. And now let's select and see. Right, selected multiple slicers and you see this description again. So this is adding the alternate result to selected value function. Now let's look at another example. In this example, I am going to show you how selected value function can be used when there is no relationship between the two data sets in the report. Okay. So in this report, this is a blank report here and I have two data sets. Let's see what data we have. So in the first data set, sales details, I have ID, sales ID and amount. And in the second sales list data set, I just have sales ID. And if you look at the model, there's no relationship between these two tables. Now what I want to do is, I am selecting a slicer here with the data that's there in sales list, making it a slicer, and I want a card visual here with the sum of amount in it. Okay, so I'll use a card visual here. And now see this here, this sales ID is coming from sales list dataset, and this amount, this is coming from sales details dataset. And there is no relationship between these two tables. There's no relationship. So when you select a slicer, it won't affect this value because there is no relationship between these two. So in this case, you can use selected value function to fix this issue. Okay. So let's see what to do. So before that, let's create one measure to get the total sum, rather than using the actual amount column. Okay, that way we are not changing any actual values. Okay, so first I'm creating a new measure to get the total amount. Total amount equals to sum of sales details amount. So here, instead of using the amount, I'm using total amount measure that we created. So it's the same, nothing have changed. I select on a sale ID and it won't affect this because still there's no relationship. Now what I can do is, I am going to modify this measure. So in this measure, I am going to use the selected value function. What I'm going to do here is, I'm going to create a variable here in this measure, and that variable, it saves the value that is picked by this sales, that is coming from the sales ID slicer, from this slicer. Okay, so let's create the variable first. Var get sales ID. Okay, and that will be var get sales ID equals to, we are using selected value function, selected value, and the value has to be, sales value is coming from sales list table, sales list sales ID, that's the value that we are selecting. If this, and now we are saying if this value is selected, if the variable has this value, then you need to return. The result should be in the return calculate sum of this amount. Okay, sum of this amount from, where are you calculating it from? From some details, right? From sales details, and the join should be on sale, and the join should be on sales ID, right? Sales ID equals to the variable get sales ID. That's all. Now let's see what happens here, and then I'll explain the measure that we created. Now I'm changing this. See, now even though there's no relation, even now there's no relation between these two details, but still the values are filtering, the amount, total amount is filtering. That is because the values, that is because of the measure we created. So now let's look at the measure in detail again. So in this measure, we are naming the measure here, and we are creating a variable. We are creating the variable here to hold the sales ID. Okay, we are creating a variable to hold the sales ID. How do we hold the sales ID from this sales list table? using selected value function. So we are using the selected value function and getting the sales ID from here, from this slicer. And then we are saying once this value is selected, then you have to return something. What you have to return is, you have to return sales amount from, we have to return amount from sales details dataset. When do you have to return it? You have to return it when the sales ID from sales details equals to the variable that we just created, right? So the sales ID from sales details has to match with the sales ID that is coming from the slicer, and that is from the sales list dataset. So that's how we establish the relation between two datasets when there is no actual relation. Between those two tables. I hope this is clear, and I'll also include this PBIX in the description box below for you to practice. I hope I've explained the scenario of using selected value function, and if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll try to answer. I'll be busy most of the time, and if I find some time, I'll definitely try to answer your questions. So we'll meet you in the next video with another topic. Until then, keep learning. Bye.